Hello, my name's Liam Bastick. I'm from Some Product, and today I'm going to be talking to you about using tables for chart data. And guess what? It's another 5-minute video. Let's take a look at this incomplete data table. I have got imaginatively months of the year, January to June, and some sales for the first two, and I just need to forecast out the rest. People go on expensive training courses or invest in not cheap software to actually try and do forecasting, when in fact you can just use Excel's autofill. See, what about that for a cool tip? Anyway, that's not the point of this session. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to highlight this data here and create a little chart. Now, 3 ways I can think of very simply of doing this. The first one is to take the second of these buttons down here, which actually is the quick analysis tool, Control Q, and you can go in here and look at chart, and then you can go and pick one of these to see what it is you want to actually insert, should you wish. If you don't want to do it that way, there is another way of actually doing it, which is going to the Insert tab on the Excel ribbon and clicking on Recommended Charts, or going through the one that you want. But you know what? I'm lazy. I'm so lazy I don't even finish my... Yeah, exactly. There is another way of creating a chart very simply in Excel. You just highlight your chart data and then you hold the Alt button down and press the F1 function key, and it produces a chart as simply as that. If you want to make it all look pretty in Excel, you can even snap it to grid by holding the Alt button down and resizing it as you see fit. There you go, chart data. Problem is, I get data for July coming. So I put this in here, July, and I'll put my numbers in, and guess what? Nothing happens to the chart. So what many people do day in, day out is right click, select data, and go in here, edit the sales, go and change the references, do the same with the dates, etc., etc. Sound familiar? Don't do it that way. There is an easier way that requires the use of tables. So let me get rid of this chart and let's do a crash course in tables. So for those of you unfamiliar with tables, this may be an Excel data table, capital E but lowercase d and t for Excel data table. I want to talk about Excel tables with a capital T. There's something you can insert. They're on the Insert tab, and you go to Insert Table here, and you see the keyboard shortcut is Control T. I'll just do Control T to bring it in. You could do it the other way if you want. And make sure you have here my table has headers. Now whether this is checked or not depends on whether there is a difference in the data type between the first and the second rows. Because there's a number in rows 2 onwards in the second column, Excel's gone out on a limb and thinks my table has headers. But if it was all text like it is in column A, it may not be so clever. So make sure your table has headers, click OK, and there you go. It's even got filtering in if you want to actually filter out certain months where it was really bad for you. One of the key things here is if you're inside the table, you can scroll up and look at that. It replaces columns A and B with months and sales. Now, that's what I call a gimmick. But what's really useful here, why you should do this for chart data, is if I actually have it in a table like this, if I go Alt F1 again to create my chart, and again, we'll use the Alt button to size it all nicely and snap it to grid, look what happens if I put August in. Well, Aug, I put 80 in, it resizes. Tables expand as you put data in. So if I put SEP in and put 20 here, it will resize. How cool is that? But it gets better. Resizing isn't just limited to going down rows. I can actually put in here, something imaginative like, let's say, more sales. And one of the cool things with tables is if you put a formula in the first one, so let's say that multiplied by, let's say, 50%, it will copy that same formula down all of them. The at sales means take the sales on the same row. So it's saying take sales times 50%. Look at it, easy. This is why you should put all chart data in a table. Then, if your data resizes, the chart will automatically update. No more select data, ever. That's it for this time. Hope you found that useful. More next time. If you enjoyed it, my name's Liam Bastick. If you didn't, my name's Tim Hang. Thank you.